I have made over £17,000 selling digital products online with little to no effort at all. And what I mean by that is I don't run ads. All I really do is I will mention it maybe in a YouTube video, and I'll always have links to my digital products in my YouTube descriptions. And that's pretty much about it. So in this video, I am going to share with you 6 unique digital product ideas you can set up quite easily and start selling online, gaining that passive income. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Taddy G, and on this channel I like to share my journey into building and growing my clothing brand, as well as dropping tips, tricks, gems and all of that good stuff. So if you are into that sort of content, definitely follow this channel, definitely subscribe. I am pivoting a little bit. A lot of my videos are literally like tailored to clothing brands, but I do want to start, dabbling into talking a bit more about business in general, just so that my videos can sort of appeal to a wider audience. So first things first, of course, I can't tell you which digital products to sell without letting you know how to even go about selling a digital product and what platforms to explore. So you can explore the platform Etsy to sell your digital products. I feel like it's relatively simple to go through the process and upload your digital product and start selling. Of course, on Etsy, because it's a sort of marketplace, you do have to work with keywords so that people actually find your product on the platform. Alternatively, you can use Shopify. I will have a link to Shopify in my description. On Shopify, you can actually sell digital products. You do, however, have to download an additional app in order to upload digital files, and I believe the app is called Digital Downloads, and it is a Shopify app. So it's not one of those external apps. It is an app by Shopify. So on both platforms, you're able to then upload your file, so whatever it is that you're selling, and when a customer makes a purchase, they will automatically receive that file in their emails or a link to open the file, and that's literally it. You don't have to ship any products, you don't have to really do anything. All you have to do is upload it, and then obviously keep an eye on your customer services, because customer service and good customer service is a major key. Anyway, that aside, let's dive into some of the products we can look into selling online. So the first one is mainly for my fashion girlies and boys, and this is actually something that I would love to add to my own digital product roster, and that's selling patterns. And what I mean by patterns is whenever you're creating a garment, you have to use a pattern, so it's sort of like a stencil, in order to cut out the fabric. Now, what you could do as a fashion girly or a fashion boy is to actually sell these patterns in a digital format that people can purchase and use to create their products. And the reason why this is such an amazing thing to actually go ahead and sell is because, first of all, there is such a large range of garments, and adding on to that, there is such a large range of cuts of certain garments. So the world is honestly your oyster. You can produce an array of different patterns. And another reason why this idea is just so amazing is because to actually get a pattern made for a garment, say if you want to start creating garments for your clothing brand, it costs upwards of 100 plus to just make one pattern, and then you're paying more to then get that pattern graded. And what I mean by graded is to get the other sizes for that pattern. So it can be a little bit costly. Now imagine if you now hop on the internet and decide to start selling that as a digital file that people can just purchase for £9.99 or £19.99, and they can then go on and use that pattern to create garments for their clothing brand. I think, it goes without saying, but a couple of things that you do need to think about if you do decide to create patterns is making sure that you are actually allowing people to use these patterns for commercial use. And that's something that I have found. A lot of people that create these patterns, they only want you to use the patterns for personal use. Now imagine if they were dabbling and tapping into commercial use, so businesses are able to use those patterns. Imagine the killing that they would be making. And I honestly don't understand why they don't want people to use them for commercial use. I'm not quite sure, but definitely if you decide to go down this route, allow customers to use it for commercial use so that they can use your pattern to make garments for their clothing brand. Make sure you are including sizes, so different sizes, at least 4 sizes within that one purchase, and make sure you are including a PDF version of this pattern so people can just easily print it out and start working with that pattern. But adding on to that, this is where the biggest major key comes in. Yeah, the part that's gonna set you apart from all the rest. You need to make sure you are also selling this pattern in a DFX version. Now, I can't lie to you, I have no idea what that really means, but all I know is when I've been talking to manufacturers and I'm like, okay, I've got a digital pattern, they are always like, do you have this pattern in DFX, like in a DFX version? And I believe that this is the version that a lot of manufacturers actually like work with. That's the version that they can then use to go on to make the garments for different people for their clothing brands. So when you are selling these patterns, make sure you have this version. And guys, I can't promise you, but I feel like I can promise you, you are going to make a killing. And for those of you that are just like business savvy but are not necessarily like fashion savvy, you can literally hop on fiverr.com and find somebody on there, pay them to make you these different versions of these patterns, and then you can then go on to sell it without even doing the work yourself. But obviously you have to put that money up front yourself, if you get what I mean. I can't lie, guys, I think that is a phenomenal idea. And yeah, comment down below what you think of that idea and let me know if that is something that you are gonna look into dabbling in terms of selling a digital product. Let's hop on to idea number 2. Now, this one was quite interesting when I was thinking about it, reading about it, and seeing whether like it's actually feasible. In all honesty, like I'm a bit on the fence, but I am gonna mention it anyway, and that's stock imagery. So say you're somebody that loves a bit of photography, loves a bit of like scenery, taking pictures, or maybe you like taking pictures of food or whatever it may be. You can actually take pictures and sell them to bloggers, YouTubers, websites, so people can use those images on whatever platform they want to use. And what they are called are stock images. So, you know, Adobe has a bunch of stock images that you can license or something. Even like on Canva, they have stock images that you can use as well. So you can just add to that and sell your own stock images. Even videos, you can sell stock videos. I feel like stock videos probably perform better. I don't know, like for example, like say if like I'm filming a video about a photo shoot, for example, maybe I might want to include like a little clip, a little bit of b-roll that shows somebody doing a photo shoot. One video that I struggle to find is a video of a garment being DTG printed. So if you know somebody that has like a DTG printer, you can like hop into their lab or their space and video a t-shirt being DTG printed, and that can be a stock video you can then go on to sell. Like I feel like you should do a bit of market research, see what's missing. I've given you an idea of what I found is missing, but see what else is missing and try and fill that gap and then sell that gap to people. So that is my idea number 2. Now, idea number 3 is a really fun one, and I can't believe I am giving this away. I can't believe I'm giving this idea away because it is something that I should really do because I've kind of already done it. So basically, for my New Year's celebration, I decided to make a board game, and it was a drinking board game. It had its rules, it had cards and all of that stuff, and I posted it onto my personal social media, and I had people messaging me like, where can I get this board game? What's the template? Because I was, you know, telling people that, you know, I'm making this board game myself. Some people messaged me like, what template are you using? Some people messaged me like, I want this board game. So that just, you know, got like the light bulbs like flickering in my brain. Like, this is actually something that I could upload as a digital product where people can go on, purchase it, print it out, and literally have this drinking board game. So that is a digital product idea. You can make a board game that people can purchase. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a drinking board game. It could be an educational board game. It could be a trivia board game. It's completely up to you. Create that board game, create the rules, package it up, upload it onto either Etsy or your own Shopify store, and start selling that board game. You can even do one better. I mentioned that people were asking for a template. You can just sell a template for a board game. So you could create this on Canva. I am an advocate for Canva just because it's so easy to use, guys. So you can create this on Canva, this template, and sell that template to people to use to create their own board game. So you can even sell both. You can sell a completed board game and you can sell a template of a board game. You can sell different versions of a board game. So you can have a drinking board game, you can have an educational board game, you can have the template of a board game. It's completely up to you, honestly. The world is your oyster when it comes to this. You can have different versions of the same board game. You can have the beginner board game, you can have the extreme version of a board game. Like, it's completely up to you. Like, honestly, I think the board game idea is top tier. Major key. Coffee break. Now, idea number four, you can sell specific guide on how to do something. So this is not quite a course, although like a course is something that you can sell, but I said I want to talk about unique ideas. Now, this might not necessarily be that unique, but I'm going to give you like elements to what's going to set this guide apart from the rest of the guides that you can buy, because I feel like people sell guides, but I feel like they are always just like omitting just that little bit of information that can push their customers beyond the point of which they're trying to get their customers to, if that makes sense. So what's going to set you apart from the rest is making sure that you are including resources within your guide that people can just implement. So for example, you can say, okay, I'm going to sell a guide that coaches people to get their first 1,000 followers on TikTok as a hair or wig influencer. Sorry, I know it's really niche, but bear with me. So okay, so within this guide, you're gonna want to be including editing techniques for editing videos for wig laying or hair doing or whatever. So editing techniques, like a full-on tutorial of how you would edit your hair videos. If you're saying, okay, to build your first 10,000 followers on TikTok, you're gonna need to be posting 3 times a day. Okay, cool. But what do I need to be posting? Something that's gonna set you apart from the rest is actually giving people ideas of what to post, like specific ideas of what to post. And what's good about giving people ideas is that they can also then branch off of all of those different ideas. So say if you think, okay, I think you can grow to 10,000 followers in a month by posting 3 times a day, I want you to give your customers 90 content ideas to cover that entire month of posting. Or maybe you can even do one better and give them like 180 that covers 2 months of them posting 3 times a day. Give them those content ideas. I want you to be giving them an email template of how to reach out to some of these hair companies, because obviously that's where they want to get to. They want to get to like the hair companies sending them hair. Make sure you are including in your guide an email template that they can just literally like copy and paste and send to the brands, and even include different brands that they can get into contact with, because I am assuming that you are somebody that's already in this industry, so you're just giving away your industry secrets, and you can't be scared to give it away. To be honest, if this is the route that you want to go down, you can't be scared. Just give it all away. Like, be transparent. And of course, you're gonna want to include hacks, tips and tricks. And the major key of this is you don't want to sell it at some ridiculous price. I'm thinking keep it at like £19 or even £10 if you want. Like, keep it really accessible, because people that are usually looking to, you know, dabble in this like space might not be people that have a lot of money to get started in the first place. So that is an idea for a digital product that you could sell. So number 5 is another one for my fashion girlies and men. So basically there's this software called Clo 3D, and I have used this platform to actually create 3D animated videos of my clothing. You can use this 3D fashion design software and actually start designing mock-ups that people can purchase and use and adjust to fit whatever it is that they want creating. Because I Do I view myself as tech savvy? A little bit, but I have my limits. So when I was using the Clo platform, I was actually looking for like a base product that I could just, you know, make my small adjustments and then, you know, use it as my own product. But what you could do is actually create unique products that people can use as part of their 3D mock-up that they want to use for their garments. So be it like an oversized t-shirt or a straight leg tracksuit or a bodycon dress, and then people can just use that, add their logo, add their patterns, whatever it may be, to make it their own. But you're not just gonna do that, guys. What you are gonna do to set yourself apart from the rest, yeah, you're gonna cater it to people that might not necessarily be able to use the platform. So what you're also gonna include is a tutorial of how to edit and adjust, maybe not each and every single item you upload, but a few items. So say if, I don't know, they want to add their logo onto a t-shirt mock-up that you've created, you're going to show them how to add a logo onto a t-shirt mock-up that you've created in the most simplistic way that you can think of, that anyone could just go ahead, download your t-shirt mock-up, customize it, and then use it for whatever they want to use it for. Now, my final idea is something I feel like everyone can do, everyone can get behind. I don't know about you, but on my TikTok For You page, I am always seeing like these like homeowners or homemakers that are just into that whole like aesthetic of like having those like bottles that are like clear and then having their like label on there, and it will say something like pasta, and a lot of the time they are purchasing like those stickers to pop on their like clear glass bottles because, you know, they're into like aesthetic and having like an aesthetic kitchen or whatever it may be. So what I want you to do is create some unique sticker ideas that people can purchase, print, and stick onto their little like glass bottles or whatever. But what you're gonna do to do it better is, well, one, you're gonna have unique quirky designs, but to add to that, I want you to include a link to the best kind of sticky back paper that they can use to print your design on. You're gonna find the best. And to make additional money, guys, you are gonna make sure you have an affiliate link to that paper that you're linking in this digital product that you're selling to this customer to make that little bit of extra change, guys. There's so many different ways to make money out there. I'm just trying to help you out. If those are not 6 fantastic, unique digital product ideas, yeah, I don't know what is, because I put a lot of thought into that. I wanted to make it like accessible to most, but also tapping into like my fashion girlies and boys. So I really hope that you know, take one of those ideas and start making some, you know. But yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe. I am trying to get to like 25,000 subscribers. I think I'm like 2k out, so please definitely subscribe, and I will catch you in my very next video.